With so many games out there, I decided to have a segment that supports the devs that work hard on the demos they hope will sway the gamers out there. Focusing indie devs, I am proud to be able to provide for today's episode. I think the perfect way to start this is with a question. What is fan service? It's pandering, duh. Usually and almost always within the sexual nature to appeal to whatever audience will be enjoying. I bring this up for a really good reason.
I have to get one more look at that. Look at my death position. Look at my death position, yep. I think that perfectly sums up this game a bit.
Nice. We will get back to that in a bit. For now, let's just talk about the game. You start off as this detective, and the demo doesn't give us too much information. I'm assuming we don't start off at the very start of the game, because her PC in her room has some very deep information about enemies, for example, that we should not know at this point. But sure. From there, we're able to look around her apartment. That's actually pretty damn nice. Good view, big bathroom, a mirror to check out outfits, a room with an awkward high-tech box that's out of place and holds all of her weapons. Ah, yeah, everything a girl needs. Next, we are thrown immediately into the testing grounds. We come crawling out of a vent like our Detective 101 class taught us, and we immediately are met with danger. The deathly wails can be heard all over after you pass the first room, and the dead not long after. But never fear, for she also took a minor class in Viking arts of ass kicking and is well equipped to survive. Your first weapon is a knife, and man, she thrusts like nobody else. Her swinging backhand swing with her axe is insane. Also, apparently she's a master at throwing weapons perfectly. Geez, she's kind of a monster on the battlefield. With that, the enemies also need to match her strengths. Like most zombies, they are stupid and slow, but they have a burst of movement and some interesting attacks and behaviors we will explore a little bit later. We also ran into these stalker-like enemies that travel on walls. A little boring, but they can jump at you, grab you, and hold you down. But no worries, because she can counter with knives to basically tell them to fuck off. We played for about an hour and died, and couldn't play anymore, but before we get to the bad, let's talk about the good. This game is fun. Like, really enjoyable in a gameplay perspective. A lot of what they're doing here I wish Callisto Protocol had done. Combat is nice and loose. Enemies seem to react to areas that I hit them. Throwing weapons is extra fun.
Yeah, there you go. Don't jump. I got him too. That was great.
Zombies are predictable as they should be, and in no way can match up to her. So these moments of having mass groups challenging her forces the player to think of alternate ways of getting around the issue. You add this with their level design and you have something magical. I love that I can use my axe to open wooden doors, giving me access to other areas and resources. Despite my limited resources such as knives or grenades, it's been fun deciding how I will use them. Throwing a knife to make an enemy move back while I quickly knock down the other zombie, to then quickly grab the knife out of the other zombie's head to stab them is a smooth and satisfying gameplay.
Okay. Yeah, she's been bitten. I mean, he's been bitten is what he said. Okay, I gotta remember, the moment I hover over the grenade, she's just gonna use it. Nice. Why is she so busted? Oh my god. Really? Good thing I picked that. Why are you still alive? Oh shit. Axe. Yeah. Give me my knife back. That's right. Oh my god! She don't have time for this. How are y'all still alive? How are you guys even getting up here? Are they jumping across?
They need to use your wit to figure out certain situations is also nice. Looking for passcodes is fun, along with figuring out my axe can open wooden doors just by testing to see if it would happen. It was also nice that the room that I rested in does not mean it's just a safe room. A zombie came in there and had to deal with them. It genuinely made me excited to explore, take risk. Seeing guns I couldn't exactly reach and trying to figure a way around to get it, just to be met with zombie presence and needing to rethink how I, the player, can get to where I need to go. So why didn't I bother trying to play again? Well, it's simple. The sheer amount of issues the game has. When we first started the game and sat at the computer, I was immediately met with a bug that wouldn't let me remove myself from the sitting position. A stalker jumped at me from behind a wall and grabbed me.
By themselves with, I think it was like 2 spears and axes. Alright. Because they really aren't smart. They're slow and they're predictable. He jumped at me through a wall. Take a knife.
I was locked out of the normal attacks and every became a weapon throw. Game slowing down, camera jerking, texture bugs, and hits not registering. All of this only within the first hour. This sucks because in the same hour, I had some really cool moments and impressions. The part where the zombies reacted to the sound I was making and knocked the door down on me in an attempt to reach me, that was amazing, because I had been walking through that hallway nice and quiet the whole time until I decided to swing my weapon at an attempt to open a door where I was horrifically surprised. It made me jump.
Right. Like for as a standalone game, I could see them doing something like that. I don't.
But unfortunately, then it's followed up once again by bad things. For instance, the bad dialogue translations, because many of it was just missing or made no sense whatsoever. But damn, they sure got that titty bouncing tech going the right way. Seriously, from being able to see her in her bra to her and her breasts just bouncing in the most unnatural way to her high-pitched stomp sounds, from clearly having areas in costume work such as sexy devil costume in the making. Also knowing that I can take costumes, but I couldn't pick up a hat a zombie was wearing made me a little sad. Just, you know, he kind of had a cool hat. I just wanted to pick it up and wear it. Sure, some of the clothing looked cool, so that's my point. So, someone who enjoys games, here's my take to the devs. Please focus on the actual gameplay first and cleaning up these bugs. Seriously, I think you're onto something special. I genuinely had fun with what I was able to play. Boobies and cute costumes can be cool. I think we all wish we could see Leon shirtless doing flips on the screen, but just make sure the game works. I'd love to see how it plays a year from now. Thank you for joining us.